Hey guys, and welcome back to Let's Play Diablo 3 Beta with me, X2X. So the servers went down, and I went and raided AQ. Bashed my head up against Silveron for I don't know, an hour and a half. So I'm just gonna test my levels, and we'll get back to playing D3. All right, fix the sound levels a bit, and we're back. We left off last time. We killed the Chancellor and cleared out that little area that we had left. I think I did some disenchanting, so we will craft. Let's see. We have the cuffs, the doublet, the hide gloves, no, the boots we have, the belt is 10. Everything's 10, so I'm just gonna wait. And there's nothing we can really make that's worth our while, right? Yeah. Nothing really there. Next is stuff we probably won't be able to wear. I wish there were more patterns. You know, like this weapon is nice, but substantially worse than a level 3 required item that we picked up in the field. So I don't know. Kind of annoying. And anyway, I kind of expected that. So, we'll talk to Deckard Cain.
I have the crown. Where is the Skeleton King?
At last. With it, you can unlock the sealed door in the room where you rescued me and enter the royal crypts. When you find the Skeleton King, place the crown atop his head and destroy him.
The Skeleton King lies at the heart of the imbalance in this land. I will end his reign and find the fallen star.
Alright. Did you do anything? No. Alright. New Tristram Waypoint. Cathedral Garden. So, I don't exactly remember what I was talking about beforehand. Before I went and played some World of Warcraft emulatron servers. But I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. We have new items in our inventory. So we're on our way to kill Leoric, the Skeleton King. And we'll go through the back entrance. And down into the depths we go. There's a couple of levels to clear. And we're getting close to the end. So you guys will have to let me know in a comment or by sending me a whole bunch of money over PayPal if you liked this and if you'd like to see the full game Let's Play, the complete game. I'm trying to do some other games right now and sort of, you know, come back to the SimCity playthrough a little bit later once I have. You know, once I've established my channel as having, you know, more than one game. I kind of got in a rut where all I could do was record SimCity, and I feel like it's not a good place for me to be, you know, where it's like people won't want to watch me play anything other than SimCity, and, you know, and what happens if I don't feel like playing SimCity, and, you know, like, I guess I said a lot. Fear spammed. Kind of hope lag. I guess it's not long. I felt like
I don't have enough spirit.
I don't want that to be the only game I can record, because when I don't want to play it, I don't want to record, and you know that creates a problem. So I'm gonna definitely do more SimCity, and I got some ideas for it, but I don't want to rush that out. I want to sort of let it come organically. So if you're kind of disappointed and you just want to see me more play SimCity, feel free to let me know in a comment, or I mean, I guess you could make a video response, but I can't guarantee you that I'll watch a video response of you talking to me about the games I record. You could. Yeah, so like, I don't know, I'm up for pretty much anything. I'm good for whatever. You know, if one of my viewers might, you know, you think you want to do a collaborative Let's Play with me, or, you know, all of that, I'm good for just about anything. Diablo 3 might make a really interesting, collaborative Variax style Let's Play, maybe, I don't know. I don't, at a loss for knowing, but I can tell you that I've got one other game that I really want to do, that I'm sort of ready. I don't know if I should keep it a surprise or not. I've asked a couple of people what they thought, and the varies are mixed because the community is terrible, really, really bad. The community almost makes the game unplayable. In a different version of the game, it was definitely unplayable due to the community. So, trying to add something positive to that community through my YouTube channel is something I've really considered. You know, whether or not I'm inviting that negative community to come onto my YouTube channel is also another thing I'm considering, that I've considered. So I've sort of got that concept, but, you know, making it follow through is different. So I'm going to try to keep uploading videos, and I'm going to try to keep it fresh and keep it interesting. You know, I've got... I don't know, recording is kind of weird because you kind of have to have a game that responds well to being talked over. One of the reasons why I thought this was good is because it does. But also, like, something that's enjoyable to watch, you know, and something that's not going to get you stuck, you know, something that has an end. So I don't know. We'll see where things go.
It was Lazarus. Of that I am certain. He alone had the king's ear, and whispered dark and evil magics into it, instilling the notion of an imminent attack by Westmarch. Afraid to speak against the Archbishop, the councillors nodded their empty heads in agreement, and sent us off to die.
Not enough spirit.
We are getting pretty hard
Less
because I can't get close to the
my
two guardians.
understanding grows.
Luckily, combining the two heal cooldowns, I don't think I'm very killable. Ooh, piercing trident for deadly reach room. Okay, alright, let's take a look at what we got here. So deadly reach piercing trident increases the area of effect of the second and third strikes. That's really good. I'm happy with that. We're gonna take that. Vulture kick I didn't like. Tempest rush I didn't like. And oh, we got a new skill. Quickly dash and strike an enemy. Hey, alright. Breath of heaven. Nothing. Nothing. Alright. It's unlikely we unlock it. So. Cool. Mobility. Combat mobility. Awesome. That's kind of cool too. If you notice, there's a different in the animation of the second and third hits. So it's at 1, it's 2, it's 3. That's a nice rune ability. I like that. So I don't know. You guys will have to give me some feedback. I'm trying to do what's like what people want to see. You know, the goal of my channel. That's freaking wicked. The goal of my channel is to, you know, play videos or play games, teach people a little bit about the games, discuss game mechanics in a fairly educated fashion, and make, you know, interesting game footage that people want to watch. So, you know, if I'm not doing that, I feel like I'm kind of failing, I guess. And so I'm not 100% sure how to keep that going. However, I would like to keep recording because people have said that I'm doing a good job and that they appreciate my videos and that SimCity really taught them a lot, and that's really great. But I don't want to be locked into one game, even though SimCity is a really incredible game and I really do love it very much. I want to be able to play it on camera and have fun with it, but not feel tied to it like it's all I can do. So I'm gonna be searching. The next you know, the next couple of weeks is gonna be sort of exploration, finding out what people will watch, what people won't watch, and you know what's interesting, what's not interesting. That ability is awesome. And so yeah, I encourage you to come along with me and explore video games. I think the next game that I'm going to be doing, I don't want to give it away. I don't know if there's any real reason to keep it a surprise, but maybe I just don't want to, you know, write a check my butt can't cash. Is like, it's a little bit like SimCity, I guess, in the way in which the game, like, it can always do videos. You know, some people say they would, you know, they want to see, some of my friends want to see me play Magic Online, and one of the problems I have with Magic Online is that it attracts a specific type of nerd to the channel, because of the nature of Magic, and especially the kind of Magic I like to play, which is limited, attracts a certain nerd, which is like, why didn't you do this? This is clearly a better play. You're bad at Magic. Blah 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 blah. And for me, that's problematic because, like, I don't.
When we returned from our horrific defeat in Westmarch, my beloved king lost all pretense of sanity. He seethed with rage, spitting curses upon us as traitors. With great sorrow, I ran him through.
I don't want to. The journals we're getting are the, like, commander of Leoric's army. They're those updates. If trying to keep the game within the nerve, but what I really don't want to invite into my channel is like the type of neckbeard debates, which is the best card to play when, best decision to make when, and the games that I want to play have a lot of that in them, and it's actually a substantial problem. It's made me not play them, you know, more often than not. So I may have to, like, just record a really long disclaimer, you know, and have the disclaimer that all my people know. You just, you know, 2 minutes in front of every video, it'll be like me being like, look, this isn't a blah blah blah. I don't want to have some neckbeard discussion. If you want to have that, you know, here's the forum for you to here's the forum for you to go to and neckbeard it up. Or the reasons I like SimCity for that is, like, it's very, very rare that I'm either wrong or I don't know what I'm talking about when it comes to SimCity. But that also might just be the nature of video games and the internet, so who knows.
Your incantations. Your magic is weakening.
So we're gonna free this guy up.
Now, back to my mission.
What's up, G?
Who are you?
You will know soon enough. Help me find my gear.
Not to give it away too much, but I totally thought this guy was Leoric the first time I played this through. He was just, like, baiting me out. I guess I'm suspicious. I've been let down by too many video games. It's giving me video game trauma. Pardon me, wow, that was disgusting. That's the kind of thing that, like, a good Let's Player would edit out in
My
editing.
burden is too great.
So, we're full. And I'm going to Town Portal. Our minion warrior dude will follow us. So that we can sell and do all that kind of good stuff and see if we can't build something. We're level 9, right? Yeah.
From the east, found some interesting things on my latest dig. You should take a look.
Careful not to sell any blues. Good.
I've got
Alright.
some brand new.
And one of the things you can do once you've trained your blacksmith to the point where you can no longer wear the gear like we have, is actually buy blue gear and disenchant it so that you can make new pieces. Everything is level 10. It's very oh no, these aren't. Sweet. Well, we're gonna make ourselves a new pair of breeches. What do we get? Come on, dexterity. Damn it! Hinted vitality. Oh well. They have a lot more armor, and vitality's not bad. The next set will be like hide gloves, apprentice coif, and leather belts. And back to... Oh, our little minion didn't come with us. Just waited there for us. Alright, yeah, fine. I lied. I like that ability. It's good mobility, it's a fun ability to use. Combat mobility is always always something I like in games. Always something I feel like adds a lot of enjoyment, especially in the style of hack and slash game.
The cultists dragged me past this glowing pit. What made it?
I've come here to find out.
Down this way. There are my weapons. He's free!
Beat up some cultists. Here's a stone gear. Open it up.
I am Cormac, warrior of the Templar Order. If it is the Skeleton King you seek, then you will have to fight your way past John Dar. There is no reason we should hunt alone.
Agreed. Let us fight together.
So this first introduces you to the concept of hirelings, which was introduced to us in Diablo 2, I believe. And we're a fairly foundational part of the game.
I don't have enough spirit.
Picked up an amulet, but I guess it was wrong. This is just a crappy leather. One of the things I haven't seen yet is socketed items and gems, which I'm surprised because those are really a important part of Diablo 2. I have no idea. I haven't really done any extra Diablo research to know whether or not that those are in the game or those are just a higher level or what have you. I have a feeling that they are, but they may not be. I really like the environments here. I don't know, they do very well. Anyway, so hopefully you guys like this, and if I'm really lucky, I think there will be a good enough response for me to record, full playthroughs of the game. I think this game lends itself to, full and complete Let's Play. Diablo 2, I think, definitely did as well, aside from, the grindy aspects, and then, the fact that normal Nightmare and Hell are identical, and the fact that it's very hack and slash and pretty straightforward. I think, aside from all of those factors, all those major flaws in the way it could be played, I think they make a good Let's Play because I think they're really great games. And I mean, even if you're not going to pick up Diablo 3, I think you should take a look at what the game has to offer. I understand a lot of people are they have their Soktopus face on, and I can understand why. I can tell you though that there would have to be some pretty glaring flaws in the game for me not to pick it up. And that's kind of true about every Blizzard title. I didn't pay for StarCraft. It was given to me as a gift, and that's simply because
But the will of a Templar is stronger.
I'm less interested in StarCraft 2 than the other titles, but I ended up getting it and having fun with it.
You were a Templar, John Dar. How could you succumb to this coven?
The Coven is my brotherhood now. The powers we serve will soon rule this world.
Not enough spirit.
Please forgive me. My vision was clouded by the
Dispatched him pretty quick.
magic.
Betrayal can never be forgiven. Thank you for your aid. I will go with you on your hunt for the Skeleton King. But there is one condition. If we find the sacred tomes of my order, they are.
Your gifts have no worth to me. They are yours.
Then onwards we go.
To fight the Skeleton King. So yeah, we'll bring him, even though we don't necessarily need to. Even though we could probably do it. He's kind of fun to have around. And I think level 4 is kind of the Farmer's Paradise level. It's really big. So there's that. So yeah, we could choose a skill. You know, I just picked up the heal because there's a bunch of other things. You can equip him with different items. So you know, if I wanted to give him a saber, give him a saber. I can give him rings and a necklace as well as a shield. You know, give him the Targ shield. And actually, it shows up on him, which is nice. It didn't do that in Diablo 2. I thought that was a really surprising thing, you know, going forward for the...
Not enough spirit. A vicious strike.
And I would assume that, like, the hirelings you get, you can keep throughout the whole game. So if you really liked your Templar, you could have him be with you. It seems like he has some kind of neat abilities. He does some neat things. And he even has a relic that he can unlock. Neat stuff. And so this is sort of the level that they give you, I think, probably to work up, like, you know, farm up your character and farm up your gear and get a little bit better stuff.
I will forever live in anguish for my last attempt to honor my king. As we lay him to rest in his burial chamber, he manifested as a hideous skeletal demon. Gorash and my other knights were overcome at once, but I fought on.
Which is kind of cool. I like that. I would assume that there's going to be like a couple of hirelings that you can get. I don't know if they're going to allow you to have more than one, but they didn't in the other Diablos. It would seem strange to me to allow you, but the game is, I mean, it is a cooperative game. You know, I'm not sure if it's like, the game is a cooperative game, and because of that, it'll be interesting to see if they, you know, if they allow us to maintain more than one ally.
Your flaws are revealed.
Let's see an eagle orb. And these guys. Now, does that look? No, it's just an orb. I was gonna say, does that look? Oh, here we go. 5 dexterity. That's our scaling stat. So we're probably gonna use that over our intelligence and monster EXP, since, you know, what do we need monster EXP for? This ability is really great to getting around to monsters that are like must kill. The Tomb Guardians resurrect skeletons and can get you into a lot of trouble if you don't kill them. And then these guys run away. And it's nice because it roots them so they can't just run away from you, which is a big problem with the combat mobility abilities in World of Warcraft. Is generally speaking, if they resist that portion, there's nothing you can do to catch up. So. The warriors, anybody who played a warrior back in the day will remember the charge bug, where you could strafe sideways and the warrior would miss you completely. It also allows you to get behind ranged targets, you know, and get into the fray of things. It's a good way to use your spirit, that's for sure. I like that ability quite a bit. Something I definitely was not disappointed with that ability like I was some of the barbarian abilities. I think I might just end up playing a monk. They're exceptionally fun. And I really, really do dig martial arts. quite a bit. In Vindictus, which is a free-to-play Korean MMO, you can actually get throws, and yeah, you can like back break guys, and I really enjoyed that game. It's a little repetitive and not at all incredibly challenging, but quite a bit of fun. The first time I played it, I really had a really good time. So there you go. Show you how you can use that combat mobility to move around the battlefield and, you know, get behind guys. And it'll be interesting to see if the player versus player system in this game works at all, because as it stands right now, it's, to me, based on the skills I've seen, it looks disastrous. And that it tends to be a part of the Diablo games, you know, PKing and whatnot, so that'll definitely be interesting. It's also nice that I can have combat mobility without being forced to use the different melee swing, basically the different number 1 mouse button. So yeah, I can tell you from the beta that I will be definitely wanting to pick up this game and buy it. That's...
And now I wander, cursed by my once beloved king. Evil gnaws at my bones, and I cannot risk putting my beloved Tristram in danger, should I fail to contain that which tears at me. I must venture down into the labyrinth, to die alone.
Balance is the end.
So yeah, no, as I was going to say, I'll definitely be paying for this game, even though I have complaints about it being too easy. I trust that the Nightmare in Hell difficulties will satiate any need for an increased difficulty. And actually, even though I would probably tell you that this beta was a bit of a letdown for me, simply because I had higher expectations, I still really think it's a great game, and I wouldn't allow that criticism to sort of override any, you know, the fact that this still is a really awesome video game. And the fact that this is, you know, this is the beta version of a video game that isn't even released yet. You know, and it's a small portion. All of the other criticisms that I've heard about it. It is okay to have high standards, and to automatically be upset by criticism is to, I think, miss completely the point of criticism.
I'm carrying too much.
Back to town we go. And the point of criticism is to say that while something still is really good, it can be better. And that you should always strive to be better than you are. So there you go. Now, we are not level 10, so we shouldn't make those pieces yet. Maybe we'll make them just so we can have them that way.
A right good bunch of things for you this fine day.
Let's see what we get. Alright, so let's build. Let's see here. Let's build the belts. Let's see what we get. We got plus 10 dexterity. Awesome. That's good belts. Gloves. Crap. Attack speed and health glove. That's good too. We couldn't quite make the coif, which is fine. Back down to the dungeon. Down to the dungeon dance. Yeah. And I guess in my earlier videos it did seem like I was being a little too critical. And I mean, I don't know, maybe that's new because in my SimCity video I'm not really critical of SimCity very much, because, you know, if they were going to change something in SimCity, guess what? Yeah, it would have been changed, you know, 10 years ago. Not now. Still a great game. You know, lots of problems, but still a great game. Yeah, Thanks for all the items
I
that
do
I
not
didn't.
understand how evil walks in the day. Should it not fear the light?
Evil knows not day or night.
Light is both a literal and figurative foe of evil.
I like that self-heal. It's kind of nice. Another cooldown. I don't know if I need it, but...
I don't have enough spirit.
It's kind of neat. You can do your, like, dragon tail attack. Like that, and then teleport through if you have a lot of spirit, and set up some, you know, sweet combat mobility. You know, move around the battlefield and feel like you're a martial artist doing sort of ninja stuff. Which I approve of. The monk is really fun. I'm really enjoying the monk. Even, you know, the animations, like the basic melee, having sort of a cool, neat ability for your basic melee is just really, really nice. It's something that I think the Wizards of the Coast, makers of Dungeons and Dragons, figured out in the most recent generation of Dungeons and Dragons. Shame on that. So,
Your strength fails.
Could we find more like that?
we killed them. Killed them all. And in if you get the, like, if you keep your gear fairly current. Oh hell yeah. If you keep your gear fairly current, you should never want for more damage, want for, you know, all of those, anything else. You should probably find this fairly straightforward to get through. I certainly do. Aside from the early death due to my own incompetence. I do not believe the game is difficult. I believe I am stupid. And I choose to believe that. So I'd like to hit level 10 so we can get our passive ability before we get to Leoric. So we'll have to see if we can do that. I'm not 100% sure if it will provide us with enough. I definitely don't want to start another game behind and, you know, go through all of the content you've already seen me do. That's not really going to be fun for anybody involved. Long hallway
There are
nowhere.
forces arrayed against us that are stronger than we ever imagined. Some greater purpose lies behind these trials that I do not yet know.
Do you think so? I think it might be the resurrection of the resurrection of the Lord of Hell, Diablo. Do you think that might have something to do with all this evil? I don't know. I'm just thinking out loud here. I'm just throwing out suggestions. You can stop me if you think I'm way off trail. Anyway, in some ways, some of the things in this game are a little obvious. You know, I mean, they say, "Oh, well, there's a, you know, there's a greater evil at bay." But it's like, I know what game I'm playing. And I know exactly how the last two games went. I ended up having to kill this guy named Diablo, whose picture is right here, and this is in the front of the box. But anyway. In that respect, I think Blizzard does themselves a disservice when it comes to their own narrative. You know, you kind of know who the bad guy is, and it would be interesting if this time it wasn't Diablo, if it was some newer and much more unspeakable evil who is like, you know, some guy who's infected or corrupted Diablo, or, you know, some great hero who has been corrupted by Diablo. Just something that wasn't Diablo and his brothers being evil because evil is good and good is not good enough for the evil guys. However, without getting my criticism pants on again, I think killing Diablo is a reward unto itself. definitely very fun.
Feel the wrath of Yitan!
Truthfully, I didn't need a health potion there. I just did because of lacking for another button to press. You know, the getting used to the health globe system is kind of interesting. I still don't know if I'm sold on it. I gotta let the game see if it can make a convincing case for it. So far I found it unnecessary, but we'll see if, like, later on it, you know, like, if there's multi-phase bosses, and, you know, the multi-phase bosses require you to be on your toes, and, you know, those kinds of things. So this is just, they've added extra book lecterns in case you're, you know, not a completionist explorer style guy like your hero X2X. And if you're not, well, then hopefully it increases your chances of finding the rate to read
I'm
your...
glad that fate has brought us together on this path.
Why is that?
You fight with both honor and ferocity. I know that a pure soul must burn within you.
This interaction between me and the Templar I like too. It makes me feel more that he's an actual person and not just a pet. That I say follow me and do what I say. I quite like that. He does no damage and has a lot of life. And that to me is something that I'm glad they didn't overlook, because like having all these mutes in games, like in Diablo 2, you're a mute, I think. Or maybe you do. No, you do talk a little bit, but not as much as you do in this game. There we go. Level 10. You not as much as you do in this game, and I kind of like my character to have a face and have a name. And that's why I said I like the voice acting a lot, because like, you know, you get I don't know, you get, so often what we end up with is we end up with our favorite guy who never says anything, who doesn't really have a personality, is just like some errant protagonist who is doing something for some reason because bad is bad and good is good. And, you know, I'd like my characters to have more motivation than that, and I have a feeling, you know, in Diablo it'll establish itself a little bit better. Damage you deal reduces enemy damage by 25%. Increases my movement speed, or I guess I'll take the movement speed because like, I don't feel like this is necessary. I mean, the movement speed to me seems trivial, so maybe I'll just take the resolve and deal with the fact that it makes an easy game even easier. So, we're going to... we'll just finish exploring this little area here. Let the... Now I think that added a little hue to our, oh hey, we can equip our magic belts and our magic gloves. Sweet. Alright, so I'm gonna go back to town one more time because I think we have enough materials to make our last piece of armor. Just for completionist's sake to, you know, say I did it. Because I kind of like the crafting system. It's one of the things, it's the thing that really sold this game to me over everything else. It's the thing I liked the most. Was that you could, you know, you could use what you've looted to create new items based on, you know, breaking them down to their things. I really like that. Like mechanically, that feels really good to me, and I like that quite a bit. So there you go, a little bit into the of insight into the mechanics of X2X. There you go. All right, we get the apprentice 1. What do we get? 9 dexterity and nice little crown. And actually, it's a really substantial upgrade, so good stuff. Good stuff. We are happy with that.
I worked my hands to the bone to bring.
After King Leoric went mad, no one lived in these parts for a long time.
Then adventurers were lured here by tales of riches to be found inside the old cathedral. New Tristram started when some traveling merchants decided to set down to sell to the adventurers. It grew quickly. Lots of good farming in these parts. Well, before all of this started.
That's just a little piece that I missed. I think we've talked to everybody else about. Oh no, we got worsening news.
The news continues to worsen. How can you continue to wade into the fray with nary thought for your own safety? It is madness.
It is my duty, sworn to the gods.
It's interesting. Each character has different responses to these. As you play through, you really get a sense for that each character has a different motivation. I kind of like that, and it's something that I'm glad they did, instead of each character having the same conversation options and providing almost no replay value whatsoever. So I'm going to end the video here. The last video will kill Leoric and just have some final thoughts. I hope you join me next time. Thanks for watching, and feel free to leave a comment and, you know, keep watching. Thanks for watching. Bye.